with questions. Looks like Ben Arnett is first one to jump in. Go ahead, Ben.
Hey, Shawn. In talking with Eli, looks like he's going to continue to play both you and Connor. How does that kind of, approach or change your approach, if at all, knowing that there's going to be split reps as you move forward?
It doesn't change my approach at all. You got to prepare to play, and like he said, he's going to play both of us. So just whenever that time comes, just be ready for the opportunity.
Colin OBrien, you're up next.
Shawn, when you were on scout team last year, did your responsibilities, other than simulating the opposing quarterback, did you also do any game prep for Tennessee, and has any of that carried over, or is this all kind of new for you this year, preparing for Tennessee?
Game prep for Tennessee, as far as like game prepping for their defense while I'm going against. Yeah,
last year. Or is that just completely not on your responsibilities?
Oh yeah, it's completely different. I mean, I tried to learn, the game plan from last year, but I didn't. I was strictly doing scout team.
Peter Ball from The Athletic, go ahead.
Yeah, hi, Shawn. I was just wondering what were kind of watching film, some of the bigger takeaways you had from your performance that maybe you didn't, I guess, know right after the game before you had a chance to analyze.
Okay, can you say that one more time?
Just like what were your biggest takeaways from the game after you had a chance to watch film?
Just executing better. It comes down to the little details, especially when you play teams that are as good as Alabama. It comes down to just doing the little things right. And if you don't do little things right, that's what gets you beat. So just cleaning up some things.
Dave Matter, Post-Dispatch, go ahead.
Hey, Shawn, the preseason competition you had, how did that make you better? How did you benefit from that that's paying off now?
Yeah. You're talking about the QB competition? Yeah. I mean, iron sharpens iron, and having somebody just pressing on your heels all the time is always going to keep you sharp and keep you trying to get better. So it helped me a lot.
Jack Sobel, Man-Eater, go ahead.
Shawn, both you and Coach Drinkwitz have discussed the need to execute better. What specifically on offense do you think needs to improve?
I mean, the main thing is execution. Like, I can just keep harping that, but that's really like the specific thing, just executing the play fully, getting the reads right, getting the blocks, all that stuff, just execute it.
Mitch 40, Power Mizzou, you're up.
One of the things that we saw obviously about this offense is that you all use the receivers in the running game, both in traditional ways with handoffs and tosses, but also kind of extensions of the running game with getting the ball out into the flat really quickly and stuff like that. I'm curious, what can that do for an offense to kind of, have those weapons that you can also incorporate into the running game along with running?
Yeah, just getting easy throws and just getting our guys in space and just letting them do what they do best with the ball in their hands. It's kind of what we like to do.
Andy Kimball, Missourian, go ahead.
Hi, Shawn. I talked to Austin Carter-Samuels, who worked with you a lot last year, and he said that like the main goal for you guys was working on, I guess, your like personal improvement. Like what things kind of specifically did you really try to improve over the last year when you were kind of away on scout team?
Just improving as like an individual, like a human being, just like growing in all aspects of life. Really, that was just like the main focus of my off year, and obviously getting better as a quarterback, but just like, taking a year to get right and get good.
Yeah, I guess I guess also having somebody in Austin who went through that as a college player, how did that kind of help you get through that year?
It helped a lot because he knew exactly what I was going through. Like he was in a very similar position that I was in. So just having his guidance and wisdom helped a lot.
Eric Blum, Tribune.
It helped more than I can explain. It helped so much.
Kind of piggybacking off of that, Shawn, correct me if I'm wrong with any of this, but you went to 3 different high schools in Texas. Then it was Gary Patterson at TCU. Then you learned under Derek Dooley-Berryodom last year, and now the Eli Drinkwitz offense. So 6 offenses in 8 years, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Does that give you an advantage to hop from system to system to system, or is that just as difficult as that seems?
I mean, you can look at it both ways. It's difficult, but like I'd say it could give someone an advantage. Just having like so many different viewpoints from different people and learning and taking pieces, it's been really cool just to learn so much different things from different individuals. So it's really, really cool.
Next up is Soichi Terada, Kansas City Star. Go ahead.
Hey, Sean. I was just wondering, how is it playing in this drink offense where he's not just aggressive with the play calls and everything, but he's also aggressive going up for it on fourth downs and all that?
Yeah, it's interesting. You kind of take on his attitude, like the style, the way that he coaches and the way he calls plays. Obviously, I'm still learning it. It's just the first game, but it's been interesting so far.
Next up is Adam Cole, Missourian.
Hey, Sean. Kind of a two-part question. But in the first place, Jalen Knox's performance on Saturday, what stood out to you the most about his performance?
He's explosive with the ball in his hands. So we got to get him the ball.
And then kind of the second part of that, I think Mitchell kind of asked a little bit about it, but that position he plays, that slot role, how vital is that in your guys' passing attack and in the offense?
It's vital. We base out of 11 personnel, so he is like our slot guy. So he's moving and motioning, so he plays a big key in our offense.
Colin OBrien, Jeff City.
Hey, Sean. Eli told us today that he noticed an immediate improvement in Connor's play from that first drive he had in the second quarter to finishing the game with that rushing touchdown. I was just curious, did you notice him getting more comfortable using his legs throughout fall camp, more confident, or as he was working his way back, or was that just kind of something that happened against Alabama?
I guess you could say that now that I think about it. Yeah, he's just been getting better and better.
Okay, next up is Dave Matters, St. Louis Post-Dispatch.
Hey, Sean, as this offense kind of still comes together, how valuable is a guy like Larry who's been an established 1,000-yard rusher in this league? What does he mean to this offense?
He means a lot. In football in general, you got to be able to run the ball. And just having a guy who can run the ball and get us positive yards on every play, that's very important, especially in the SEC.
Jack Sobel from the Maneater.
John, with Damon Hazleton and Kiki Chisholm coming in as grad transfers, how's your connection with them been so far?
Yeah, it's been really good. It's all a work in progress, but I'm excited about it. Excited about those two.
Eric Blum, go ahead.
Hey, Sean, if I'm also correct, both of your parents have been coaches for a long time. Your mom coaches girls basketball, your dad's a football coach. What was it like being a coach's kid, and how did that shape your view as an athlete?
Yeah, it's been interesting. I feel like they coach me more than parent me. So, it just structured me and just gave me values. I feel like that helped me become the person I am today, and it helped me in the sports realm of things, dealing with coaches and stuff, because I have parents for coaches, so it's been really cool.
Bennett Durando, Post-Dispatch.
Sean, sorry, it sounds like I'm just going down the list here with asking about different receivers, but Dom DeCinto, he sort of stood out in the second half on Saturday. I know. How well have you gotten to know him in your year plus here, and are there any sort of things about him or stories with him that stand out?
Oh, yeah, that's my dog. He's a good person, really good guy. Obviously, he can play on the field and do his thing. He's just a really good guy. If you ever get to meet him, he's a good guy. That's what stands out right away about him.
Soichi Terada, Kansas City Star.
John, you just talked about the running game. You got to establish that in football, but how do your legs factor into that and just have another weapon that the offense can use?
Yeah, I think my legs can be used in the run game for sure. I think that's definitely a component in our offense.
Andy Kimball.
Hey, Shawn. I guess going back to last year, how I know you played a lot in high school and then started as a freshman as TCU. How beneficial was it to kind of have like the last year to kind of like take a break and catch your breath, I guess?
It was very beneficial. I got to learn a lot of things in football and just kind of try to elevate my game. So it was a really beneficial year.
And looks like we'll finish up with Jack Sobel. Go ahead.
John, on the touchdown to Beatty, it had the little play action and the wheel route. Was the wheel the goal of the play, or is that further down your progressions?
That was the main point of the play, yeah.
Okay, there we go. Thank you very much, Shawn.
Thank y'all.